right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with Screen Time Unfiltered with Sean Mercurial and friends. This time, it's his ever so... Fuck, I wanted to think of something lame to say, but I couldn't think of nothing lame to say. So it's your boy AJ Shine here, bringing us back in once again. We've been talking about a lot of movies today, and this time around we about to get into, a classic, as I said earlier, the true spiritual successor to the first Space Jam, Looney Tunes, back in action, you know what I mean? A great flick from, what was it, 03? 03.
November 2003.
Really? Damn.
And
why would they drop that? Why was that a Christmas movie?
Wasn't a Christmas movie.
I know, but it was dropped around that time. Why would they drop it then? This is a summer box office flick.
Well, I said, all right, so okay. So there was some competition in 2003 in regards to certain films. It was on a budget of approximately $80 million. And the film only grossed about $68.5 million. And there could have been several factors contributed to its underperformance.
Warner Brothers.
The film faced stiff competition from other family-friendly movies that released around the same time. Critics were divided on the film, with some praising its humor and energy while others criticizing its plot and tone. And the marketing campaign may have not effectively reached its target audience. Despite its financial disappointments, though, Looney Tunes Back in Action has gained a cult following over the years. It's appreciated for its zany humor, meta commentary on Hollywood, and the love letter to the classic Looney Tunes characters.
Yup.
But for more on the competition that year.
Yeah, what was it up against?
All right, so November 2003. And I'm gonna start from the bottom up because these are the five that I got.
Top five.
Love Actually, $246 million. Rom-com. Brother Bear.
Oh shit.
$250 million. Hold on, wait a minute. The Cat in the Hat.
Oh.
$134 million.
All right.
Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World, 2003, $212 million. And the other one, Elf.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what they get for dropping it in November. If they didn't drop it in November, it probably would have did better. But Elf came out, so that fucked it.
That was definitely a spring or summer flick.
That was a spring or summer flick. The Warner Brothers fucked that one.
They
Good job, Warner Brothers. That's another thing that you fucked up in your extensive career of existing as a production and everything company. All right, Warner Brothers, that's right. I'm coming at you, motherfucking dog bags.
We love some of the stuff you've done with DC. We're DC fans, but I'm gonna discuss the Flash films and the Flash characters at another point in time because
get your shit together, Warner Brothers.
As AJ will tell you, I was hurt as a Flash fan, but as I digress. The script went through a bunch of changes. Originally, the film was meant to be a direct sequel to Space Jam. But this idea was scrapped, and the story evolved to focus more on a globe-trotting adventure with classic spy movie tropes. Which, for that early 2000s, that was a good time for spy flicks.
It was. Because big fat liar, Agent Cody Banks.
You were coming off of the Pierce Brosnan, James Bond shits. And you had Charlie's Angels.
Oh, that's right.
Killing it. And that's where a lot of us fell in love with female action heroes. Because a lot of us were in a life for...
Let me get some of that Lucy Liu, please and thank you.
Carmen Diaz had me head bopping.
Hey, yo, Drew Barrymore.
Excuse me.
Hey, how are you? I don't know what your status ship is. I'm pretty sure you happily booed up with somebody. But if that ever ends... holla at your boy.
The director Joe Dante, who was also known for his work on Gremlins and Inner Space. Yeah, that's right. Never seen Inner Space.
Never. I know Interstellar. I don't know Inner Space.
No. Sound like a Family Guy character.
No.
Doing an impression of a Muppet, doing an impression of Matthew McConaughey. But he aimed to create a film that celebrated the anarchic spirit of classic Looney Tunes cartoons. He wanted to avoid the more commercialized feel of Space Jam and focus on the character's inherent humor and slapstick. Which, to be fair, the reason why Bugs was turned up, this is them in their natural, like, they weren't put in a space to play basketball. They were literally just doing what they've always done.
Normally done, exactly.
And there were scenes in this.
I mean, can we talk about the cameo? One of the best cameos of all fucking time in all fucking films. So you can't at me. We're at the beginning where
the Area 52.
No, at the beginning where what's her face Kate is talking to Bugs. And they're in the restaurant and they're panning through and you see fucking Matthew Lillard, Scooby-Doo, and Shaggy, with Shaggy being voiced by the OG Casey Kasem, and fucking he's chewing Matthew out for how he played him in Scooby-Doo 1, and it's fucking hilarious. That is one of like the meta moments. Meta moments in that movie are mwah.
And then you had the Mel Blanc's his archival recordings voicing some of his characters. Joe Alasky was Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. And I said there was a lot to love about this film. The mix of CGI and practical sets. The Warner Studios the Warner Studios backlot was used perfectly, which works because it's a meta thing about Warner Brothers.
Exactly.
And why wouldn't they? It just works perfectly. The sets they constructed, because there was a lot of sets constructed, you can tell, and like I said, they were used creatively, well put, and they kind of helped to really integrate and mix the
mediums and everything.
Yeah, like you can see where that it would make sense for Bugs to run through a picture, and then for Brendan Fraser to run into that same picture, and then make it look seamless to where, yeah, we can see Bugs go through it, but as soon as Brendan touches it, it's automatically looks like a real life thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, that works seamlessly. And I said from 1988 to 2003, animation, CGI, and film editing itself, and you know the art of film itself has changed for a bit in that time. And I thought that was very, very interesting. The cast. Brendan Fraser,
the man, the myth, the legend himself. We love
millennials love Brendan Fraser.
We love us some Brendan Fraser.
That right there, like if we love action stars, Brendan Fraser and sometimes Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Brendan Fraser. There's another great meta joke where when him and Daffy are on the way to start to try and figure out how to save his pops, he makes a joke about how he was the stunt double for Brendan Fraser in the Mummy movies, and how Brendan Fraser was such a dick, and he fired the character because he was doing too well and he wanted to do his own stunts. That shit had me rolling because I forgot all about that little baby plot point. I was like, no, y'all didn't have to do that. And I know for a damn well fact that he definitely wrote that in the script. He wrote that himself. I know that.
And when it comes to the commentary for the time and the jokes itself, they are dated, but when you look back, you can tell at the time it worked.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's Steve Martin is in here.
Yes.
Goldberg is in here.
Goldberg, for no fucking reason. I don't even think he says not a single word in the entire movie.
And I'm not gonna lie, Steve Martin was in damn near everything we watched growing up. Like for a lot of us in black households, we've seen him in Bringing Down the House with Queen Latifah.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Damn, I'm gonna have to do something on that.
I haven't seen that shit mad long.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I heard Negro.
I've seen that movie a million. That's a throwback right there. But it's like, because it's crazy. So the main antagonist of the whole movie is Acme itself. like the company.
Yeah,
Steve Martin
is
plays like the head, and he's just so fucking eccentric. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. He plays his part. He plays it well. He's goofy as fuck.
He's over the top on purpose.
Yep.
Like it's a meta commentary on companies like Acme, and they're employing horrible people.
Awful.
And they're VPs of some of the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
If you go back and look on their little their desks, and then like I said, he's employing villains.
Yep.
Villains who are known to fail. Mm-hmm. Like Wily.
The product's good. The product's good. Use the product.
It is wildly, and like I said, at times it's incoherent, but it's incoherent because it's Looney Tunes.
Exactly. It's not.
Like there's a scene in the film where a Walmart pops up
just out of nowhere.
And essentially, like I said, they're starving, they're dehydrated. Essentially, it's essentially a Deus Ex Machina.
Yep.
It's essentially a Deus Ex Machina. That's all that is. That and the mother one.
Yep. Pretty much.
But like I said, the movie went through a bunch of revisions. Like I said, they did the spy themed adventure, paying homage to James Bond and stuff like that, and you could definitely tell. And you really got to see a bunch of the Looney Tunes in things that they would definitely be doing, and also like you see Looney Tunes like they're off the clock. Yes. In some cases too.
Yep.
You know, but like it was really nice to get those. Like I said, the casting the film proved to be a unique challenge. While the voice actors for iconic characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck returned, finding the right live-action actors to interact with them was crucial.
Yes.
Brendan Fraser's comedic timing and Jenna Elfman's energy complemented the animated cast well. Mm-hmm. Additionally, the film boasts an impressive roster of cameos, including appearances from other Warner Brothers properties like Scooby-Doo, and even the self-aware nod to Brendan Fraser's role in the Mummy franchise.
Yep. Which is fucking hilarious. Absolutely great.
The production design of the film was a blend of practical and digital effects. The Warner Brothers studio backlight was utilized, like I said before. There was the mix of 2D and 3D animation. That was when they really started doing stuff like that.
True.
If it wasn't CGI, it was a mix of 2D and 3D that they were going for the more extensive action shots. And a lot of things. It's like you can tell in like Prince of Egypt, they did some things in 3D and 2D as well that they mixed. There's a lot, like I said, for my friends in animation and CGI and graphic design. I can only imagine the stress, especially for 2003.
Facts.
Like, this is a huge jump. The animation of the characters themselves remained faithful to the classic hand-drawn style of the original Looney Tunes, which helped a lot. They didn't alter them in any way, and like I said, they also stayed true to the character and the spirit of slapstick itself.
Anything, they put more detail in them, because I was noticing when I was watching, you can like really see the fur and how it like kind of breaks apart at the edge of Bugs Bunny's face, and I was like, damn, that's a nice little detail. I like how y'all did that.
And I said Joe Dante, he mainly said there was clashes with him in the studio because he had a wholly different creative idea, and he fought for control, but eventually that impacted the final cut of the film, which I'd love to see an uncut version or like his cut of that, because I'm pretty sure like it's tough, because I'm like, I understand that he's a director, but he's also an artist,
right? And
it's kind of hard to box things in when you have this, and of course you got budget, and you have companies that are representative of certain ideas, and it could be fourth or third quarter, and like I said, this is essentially a fourth quarter movie,
right,
and they could have easily and marketing, but I'm like, it wasn't, a few things led down to it, but the beginning of the film really sets the tone for the what type of movie this is. Like, you don't get the spy aspect, like that becomes more of a twist,
right?
Like, but it's not like in a twist as in it's more of a Oh, okay, that's interesting type of
right.
I'm like okay.
Oh, so that's where we're going.
Okay, I'm like, all right.
Okay.
Of all things, this cool.
Because they kind of drop a couple of hints about it. Because they mention his dad, and there's like, your dad's Damian Drake,
and like
blah,
he's a mythical character or something like that. But I'm like, you're saying that like I'm saying he's an actor, but you're saying that like he's more than a fucking actor,
right?
Like his name is Chekhov's gun or something like that. But I thought that was interesting. So like I said, the movie opens up at Warner Brothers Studios, where Daffy Duck's ego and demands lead him to being fired by the studio executive Kate Houghton.
You're fired.
And Daffy, to be fair, is a diva.
He a huge diva. Always. That's part of his character.
I'm not gonna lie. People love Bugs. They glaze him. They love everything. He's so adorable. He's so cute. He knows it. And he knows it. He is aware of his effect.
But we all know Bugs Bunny's a fucking menace.
A menace. And mind you, Kate being VP of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, did y'all just fire a woman and tell her she's not funny?
Yo, that's right. Yo, Warner Brothers is like, you fucking up, Kate.
Because, all right, so Kate is VP of comedy. She's an executive on the board. She's not nice.
Nope.
No, I'm not saying she's not nice. Well, she's serious. She's straight up.
Right.
I can't say she's not nice because she's not a bitch.
No.
But she takes her job seriously, which is important. She's the only woman on the board, and she has something to prove, and it makes sense. She's making huge fucking decisions. So she's not funny. She doesn't have a sense of humor. That's her thing throughout the movie. She's VP of comedy, but she's not funny. Like she doesn't get humor.
Yeah.
And that's where she learns to, throughout the movie, slowly but surely. You know, they're trying to get it out there, and I wish they kind of delve more into that, and I see what they're trying to do.
True.
She's not funny. And I'm like, okay, cool. Also, security guard and aspiring stuntman.
Right.
Because he is security.
He's security.
He's top flight
security.
Top flight, Warner Brothers, baby. Warner Brothers. WB. This is probably going to be one of the best podcast episodes of this season. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Shine. He's going to be a welcome friend on the show for multiple episodes, especially for the Christmas movie episode. So
you know I hate Christmas movies. I hate Christmas, y'all.
Yeah,
I really do.
And so I'm gonna give him a couple movies for Christmas. He doesn't know which movies yet.
Can we just talk about Home Alone 2, the best Christmas movie? Or wait, what's a Christmas movie that's not a Christmas movie? That's a Christmas movie. I don't know. Actually, can we talk about Die Hard? I don't think I've ever seen Die Hard. I've seen bits and pieces of Die Hard.
We can do Die Hard, but they're gonna be movies that can be more than one thing.
Okay.
So yeah, Die Hard will be a movie for the holidays. But like I said, back to Mr. Aspiring Stuntman, whose daddy is a big time actor who lives with his pops. By the way,
but you gotta give him respect though, because
he's trying to make it on his own. He's not trying to.
Yeah, the head of security was like, your dad could get you that job, right? He was like, I know, but I want to do it on my own.
Mad humble, mad respectable, pulling himself by his bootstraps. He's trying to make a way, and that's commitment. And like I said, you can tell where he's at, and. There's a scene in there where he does a stunt, but like it's a stunt, but in the movie he's like fucking up, but it's a meta stunt.
It is. But he fucks it up. So the first one, right? Where he do the flip off the first balcony, and then he like ha. And then he walk off, and then he fucking
and he falls on the pad or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So I said, and Brendan Fraser at that time, he's an action star. And there, like I said, we don't get there's not a lot of movie stars in this age and era. Right now, like Tom Cruise, Will Smith, these are like some of the Brendan Fraser was that go-to guy.
He was.
He's he had range.
He did.
And so, listen, we that's why a lot of us liked it. We seen Mummy and George of the Jungle. So,
though we should do an episode on those. George of the Jungle. George of the Jungle. We gotta do George of the Jungle 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Got a friend. They call me Urker. I look like Jalur. But Brendan Fraser, like I said, he really, you can. He made it fun. He made the movie fun, and he played off. Jenny Elfman so well, and those characters worked well with Bugs and Daffy.
Oh my God! Like because
they essentially got partnered up with their polar opposites.
Yep.
Whereas, like I said, Brendan's character, DJ, he's not. Like he needs to learn to chill sometimes. Like his character, he's serious. He really wants his job, but he's not. He's tense. You know what I'm saying? He needs to learn to
relax. Calm the fuck down. Wait. Quick segue. After he gets fired, right? Why does the captain take the badge off of his shirt and then make him take the shirt off and give it to him? What the why? Why did you rip?
Because 1, comedy. 2, biceps.
Look, no.
And you don't need A if you're going to do B. You've just made more work for yourself. Why? What? That was their idea of something being funny, because at the end of the day, that is fucking silly. Because I had to do that at a fucking job. You know why? Because it's demeaning.
I know, but
because you're still listening once you're fired. Once you say I'm fired, I really don't have to listen to you, because technically I don't fucking work for you.
True. You know.
But yeah, so Daffy gets fired by Kate.
Kicked off the lot.
Daffy does something that causes a little bit of chaos. The Batmobile from Michael Keaton's Batman is involved.
Yes.
That crashes into something.
Because Kate tells DJ to go get Daffy, and Daffy like, catch me, motherfucker, catch me.
He said, earn your paycheck. And he lost his job. And
he caught him though, with a lot of collateral damage.
And so, mind you,
took down the Warner Brothers water tower. No Animaniacs. I don't know where the fuck they was at. I was a little upset about that. But
probably Frozen in Ice with Disney.
Nope, Animaniacs wasn't out at the time yet. Nope, it would have been like the next year.
They came out before. The Animaniacs came out in like the 90s, bro.
It did? I thought that was late 2000s.
It was around that time, but they stopped that right before.
Or in early 2000s.
Earlier 2000s.
I thought that was like 04.
No, earlier than that, brother.
Because it was Tiny Toons, then it was Animaniacs.
Listen here, buddy.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive, but the more you ask me, the less I am.
Which we should also talk about both of those reboots. Go through, take the forever to watch the originals and then watch the reboots.
That'd be very interesting, because Steven Spielberg had his hands heavy in that. Yep. And original Animaniacs series premiered on September 13th, 1993 on Fox Kids. It later moved to Kids WB in 1995 and ran until November 14th, 1998, with a total of 99 episodes and a movie called Wacko's
Last
Wish. A reboot of the series also premiered on Hulu on November 20th, 2020.
Damn, that shit was in syndication for forever then.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna let y'all know, Wacko's Wish was really
that
fucking.
That shit was a banger.
That was
all
a banger.
All that nigga wanted was a fucking hay penny. Get that nigga $10 and call it a day.
That's it. That man knew what Christmas was about. The little things.
The little things. Matter of fact, for that, get that nigga a stat. Get that nigga a stack. Get that nigga a stack. Let that nigga go. Take that nigga on a shopping spree. He ain't gonna want nothing expensive. He gonna want some. He's a kid. He's one of the Warner brothers.
He is one of the Warner brothers.
And the Warner sister, Dot. Catch up, y'all. Catch up. Catch up. Catch
no
up.
mustard. I'm a hot dog. But so yeah, stuff ensues. So was it Bugs and DJ?
No, Daffy and DJ, because Daffy ends up going in his backpack. DJ goes home. Daffy like, what up? So what we doing? What's poppin'?
And then Daffy, what's cool about this is like black folks will tell you in movies, don't touch shit. Don't touch shit. We wanted, like, when Daffy started touching shit, we was like, show us more. Because I'm like, he was like, this your dad's house? He was like, yeah. Like,
yep.
You live here with you live with your parents? He was like, yeah, but it's a nice fucking house. And
right? Like, you see where we live in? You know who my fucking father is?
Dude, I don't know.
But that's when he figured out who his father is, because he ain't know who was there. He was like, oh, your daddy Damian Drake. Oh, my bad, homie, my bad. I ain't mean to disrespect your domicile like that. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Oh, his dad got money. So hook me up. So
while Daffy is at DJ's house, Kate Kate gets fired.
No, before that, no, Kate's with Bugs, and Kate's like, so it's you, baby, it's you. It's all about you. No penny proud. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
we gotta get you out there. We gotta get you.
Bugs, listen, Bugs is by himself. Daffy is gone. So no one's liking the show with just Bugs. Like, who would have thought?
Oh, the pain. Oh, the agony.
He was like, yeah, we just gonna shoot you. He was like, hold on, wait a minute.
And off rip, everyone's like, nah. Bugs is like, I don't think this is gonna work without Daffy. And everyone's like, nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We're like, yeah, fuck him. We hate that guy. F word that duck.
It's like, and then someone called Jonah Hill because, so fuck me, right? Fuck me, right?
That is crazy. And Daffy was right. As egotistic and as dramatic as he was, he knew, he was aware they needed him.
And so was Bugs, because Bugs was like, hey,
and
you
that was his
my
idea.
Boy back.
He was like, yo, let's go. And Kate, and they was like, yo, if you want your job, if you trying to fix this, we need him back at a certain time.
You got the week. You got till Monday morning at 9 a.m. Start of day, bitch.
You got the weekend.
She said, give me a week. They said 3 days.
Ooh.
2.25.
They cut that down by 4 days.
They said,
They say,
they said, I'm reclaiming my time.
Your time has been yielded. And let's say, who discovers the car? Was it Daffy?
Oh, so they're getting the remote starts ringing, and DJ's like, I gotta go pick up the remote. He hit the button, the picture come up, and his daddy like, hey, you gotta save me, Blue Diamond, this, that, and the third. And Daffy like, oh shit, we about to go on the spy adventure. So they go to the garage, and then he like, oh, this is spy whip? This do some secret shit? And he like, nah, I used to deliver pizzas in this. Shut the fuck up and get in the fucking car. So they pull off, and this beater-ass hatchback beater from like 1972, and then the fucking spy car just flip up, just whoop. And it's like, oh shit, Daffy knew what the fuck he was talking about.
Fact.
Which Daffy be knowing what the fuck he talking about.
This dude is Duck Dodgers.
He is Duck Dodgers, which there is a Duck Dodgers reference, which that's another thing we gotta talk about. Duck Dodgers, he's fighting.
We're gonna talk about Looney Tunes spin-off shows.
Motherfucking Tom Jones making one of the best theme songs to any animated show in history. Do not fucking at me. Y'all need to go watch Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. 1/2. Did I say 1/2?
He said and a half. 24 and a half.
The same difference, but it's 24 and 1/2 century. That's how it's.
So yeah, DJ learns that his father, Damian Drake,
is actually A spy. He a spy to play a spy.
Who would
That
have
is
thought
a spy.
an action star and a spy? And like I said, the spy trope has been, like I said, at that time was popping. His disappearance is connected to the Acme Corporation and its nefarious chairman, Mr. Chairman.
Which I find fucking like, I love the fact that Acme is the protagonist. Like,
You mean antagonist?
And what did I say?
Protagonist.
That's what I meant. I'm a little high. I just got
High, little high. I'm shy.
Shut up. Anyway, but I love that Acme is the antagonist because who the fuck else would be? Like, who else? Who else? And it fits so well.
And it makes sense. So Bugs teams up, like he said, with DJ and Kate. And while Daphne doesn't, like I say, he's hesitant, but he really wants his stardom back. He needs that job back. They start their trek, and they go from Hollywood to Paris to Vegas.
No. They go from Hollywood to Vegas to Paris because
I've never been to none of those places. So what do I know?
I've been to one of those places.
One of those places you've been to is overrated.
Well, I guess Paris is overrated.
So like I said, they go to those three places in pursuit of the mysterious blue monkey diamond. Yep. And you will not believe what the blue monkey diamond does.
You'll never guess.
Yeah,
oh
you
my
have
God.
no idea.
No fucking clue.
Had 9-year-old me at the edge of my seat.
Like, what could it possibly do? I mean, honestly, the first time you wouldn't really know, but then after that, it's kind of like obvious.
Yeah, it's nothing deep. Here's the thing: turn into a monkey. A monkey.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, it's gonna turn into a monkey.
Cause this is the whole plot. This is the whole Acme scheme, and it's a classic Acme scheme.
It's just to turn everybody.
The chairman wants to turn everybody into monkeys so he can put them to labor to make Acme products, so that he can turn everybody back into humans to sell them the products that they made. It's such an Acme plan. It's such an Acme plan. Cause what? That you're so many steps.
There are. Listen, when it comes to plans, it's not the worst plan.
But it's very far-fetched. It could go wrong in so many spots.
It could, because he hired dudes like Taz. Wile E. Coyote was in there.
Marvin the Martian.
Dude, and Marvin the Martian stay trying to blick somebody.
Always ready with the blick.
Ready to shoot some shit.
Ready with the blick. He gonna make you sick.
They go and they meet the first person they try to meet is Damian Drake's love interest.
Yes, because they go to Yosemite Sam's casino, which fits so well. Which again, Dusty, whatever the fuck the love interest, that was she was in like lace and garter and looking actually kind of fine, real fucking milfy. I ain't gonna front. She was looking
she looked like a double for Dolly Parton.
She was looking scrumdiddlyumptious,
and I ain't gonna
lie. I was like, oh Lord,
I prefer chocolate, but I wanted some vanilla that day.
I was like, this movie is PG, and y'all got her up here and all of this, and I'm just like talking about some if you wanna be a good boy, get yourself a bagger. That song was kind of a bop, though. I ain't gonna front.
Then you had a bunch of little men dressed as Yosemite Sam.
Yo, that shit was fucking out of pocket, but it was hilarious. Like, why? Why would you even? And then DJ trying to get her attention. She like, who the fuck is this guy?
He said, who's that regular sized man? That's what threw her off.
And then before the Yosemite Sam's go out on stage, he take one, be like, take the mask, go up on stage. Yo, what the fuck? The shit was, shit was fucking hilarious.
He tossed a whole little person. And then mind you, Yosemite Sam, he's just a man from, I think he's from Texas. He just ready to shoot.
He shoot first, shoot again.
Yeah,
ask questions while shooting.
Her name was Dusty Tails.
I don't want none of them tails if they dusty. I don't want none of them tails if they dusty.
What do you mean?
Like,
you just said all those things about that.
I did, and I want to take it back.
How beautiful
I want to
she
take
was.
it back. I want
Like,
to take it back.
don't take it back.
I want to take it back. Them tails is dusty.
Don't.
I mean, but then again, maybe if them tails is dusty, then they just need a little Swiffer action. You know what I mean?
You're bad.
Maybe they just need a little bit of Swiffer action. They ain't seen no love in a while. Them tails dusty. Let me go ahead.
I hate your claps. Fucking hate your claps.
That's just
they
what it
reverberate.
Is. Oh, I know how to make a good clap.
You could just make a clap. You know, make a clap without making an extra echo.
Nope. This
man has symbols for hands.
It's gotta have the extra echo.
Gots to have the extra echo. But yeah, so they go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
They meet Dusty in a casino owned by the little man with the blicks himself, not Martian Man.
Not
Marvin the Martian. It's Yosemite Sam, who is employed by Acme.
Mm-hmm.
So Dusty gives him a unique playing card.
Hit me.
And like I said, that scene is one of my favorites. The music, Yosemite Sam, the big animated burly fucking bodyguard dudes with the goatees, they're always so fucking goofy.
Yup. And DJ was giving them that work.
He was keeping up with them. He was getting knocked off buildings, getting shot at. It was amazing.
Yup. He was definitely keeping up.
And so it says Sam and those dudes, they chase Daffy and DJ for the card, and they leave with Bugs and Kate. When the car crashes in the desert, because there was some crashing.
Oh yeah, because they all link back up together, and then they get in the car, and then something's about to go down, and then Daffy's like, "Mother," and then the car is like, "Taking you to Mother," and then it fucking gets rockets and starts flying and shit, and it's actually
that was lit. One of my favorite scenes. I'm like, they was literally about to crash into a wall, and they was like, "Yeah, you just gotta go, Mother." What?
And he just meow.
And so that's when they meet Joan Cusack's character, Mother. And she talks about how she hasn't seen Brendan Fraser since he was this little.
Well, not actually this little, but
it could have been a picture. But yeah, it was just one of those things that was said. The humor in this was funny for kids and for adults. And so the group camps out for the night. I think that's the. Yeah, they camp out. Wait, that's before that night.
Yeah, they camp
out before they meet Mother.
And then they find the Walmart, mm-hmm. and then I think Kate was like.
And before that, Wile E. Coyote tries to steal the card from them, but he fails as he always does because he's destined to do so, like Loki. And they discover Area 52.
Yep, not Area 51, Area 52.
And that's where Mother shows them the video about the blue monkey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little exposition dump.
Yep. Little quickie one.
And Marvin is in jail.
He's locked up. But it seemed like he could have gotten out at any time because as soon as he get the transmission from Acme, he like, let me switch to Blicky to melt. Blah, blah. We out there, bit. All right. Blah, blah. The homie's free. We about to fuck shit up.
So him and a bunch of aliens pretty much do a breakout to try to steal the card. And, of course, they escape again.
Yep.
And they discovered on the card that it's Mona Lisa's face on it.
Mona Lisa, so in danger. You know what I'm saying? So I said.
Thanks for the podcast ad libs. First nigga to put ad libs on a podcast for the culture. So, like I said, the Mona Lisa is involved, and they have to go where the Mona Lisa is displayed.
To the Louvre in Paris.
In Paris, Francais.
I've been. It's actually pretty. It's actually pretty dope. You know
I was a
nigga in Paris, but before niggas in Paris was even the thing, I was a nigga in Paris. Well, I mean, there were niggas in Paris that were actual niggas in Paris before I was a nigga.
Some of them
Paris.
were slaves.
Yes, but I was a nigga in Paris after niggas was in Paris, before niggas was in Paris. If that makes sense, okay.
AJ Shine, ladies and gentlemen. What more can you say? I'll tell you nothing.
Nope.
So, at the Louvre, the group discovered that the card contains a viewing window for the Mona Lisa.
He picked it back, he peeled it back.
Yeah, it was
like,
really
ooh.
cool. And I'm like, I would love for that to be like a toy for like a McDonald's.
That shit would be fucking lit.
Because for that time, there was a lot of stuff that came with, so when movies came out, there were toys that corresponded with the movies. And sometimes they would be spoilers.
The fucking
the Scooby-Doo
the red window shits where it'd be the red and yellow scrambly thing, and then you put the red over it, and then you could see what it was.
Yep. And when Scooby-Doo Lost in Cyberspace came out, they did some similar stuff where you can scratch or see some stuff.
A banger. Nah, do you remember the fucking when Rugrats Go Wild came out? They did the scratch and sniff.
And when I tell you, when it came to Nickelodeon and when it came to their IPs and their crossovers, they treated their characters well and the audience well. Like they respected the hell out of those characters.
Yep,
but as we go back in to this classic, they go to the Louvre and they discover, like I said, it's a viewing window. They peel the back of the card. They have to find a hidden map, which of course is such a spy thing.
Yep.
The hidden window.
So they hold it over the Mona Lisa. It starts to do an X-ray thing, and again, another joke that would never fly in today. Fucking
get it? Cause titties.
Yeah, cause the Mona Lisa, we get to see Mona Lisa in a bra, titties out.
Bra. It was a bra skeleton. I'm like, okay, I get that.
Like I was like, oh damn. I was like, shit. Mona Lisa was busty like that. Like, I'm gonna make Lisa Mona. You know.
Make Lisa Mona, huh?
I apologize, y'all. I'm a hot mess.
And so this group discovered that the card contains a viewing window for the Mona Lisa and use it to discover a hidden map of Africa.
Yup, Africa.
And I'm like, that's a very interesting place.
We are going to Africa.
Motherland.
To save the Monkey Diamond.
Another Looney Tunes lovable character. Elmer Fudd. Employed by Acme. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought? Appears and chases Bugs and Daffy through several paintings to obtain the card.
He pulls up Bugs when he's like, hey, yo, what up, Elmer? We worked in 23 pictures. And Elmer like, nigga, I'm evil. Fuck you thought this was. Glop, glop, glop. Get the blicking immediately.
They said these hunting equipment, it ain't cheap, bruh. It ain't cheap, bruh. That was actually one of my favorite, because I said the chase through the museum.
Yo, because
that made so much sense.
And then
so much sense.
Again, watching that again as a grown man and having gone through like some animation of the and shit.
Like so, we didn't finish school, but we've done like graphic design and stuff like that, and we had to do the illustration classes and even animation. We had to do exercise where we had to animate a ball. It took a week for us to learn how to animate a ball. Just the bouncing of a ball is hard enough.
Oh
so I'm
God,
like, for people to integrate real life with animation, you guys are amazing, and hopefully after these strikes, you guys are treated better when it comes to your work. Like I said, Sean McCurry and friends really appreciate all the artists, big and small.
Because I can't do that shit.
Not at all. So I said the Louvre scene was amazing. That's one of the best scenes in the movie.
It really is because they put them into all the different art styles. They make a really good smart joke. Where they're like, this is everything's so surreal, and it's like shut up, Daffy. Shut up, Daffy. That's a smart joke. That's such a smart joke.
It is so beautiful, and like I said, it's like a love letter to Chuck Jones and Mel Blanc and the classic Looney Tunes era style of those characters and just animation and slapstick itself. Like, yeah, America is many things, but we have, when it comes to these characters and cartoons, that's our comedy, is slapstick. That's what got us through World Wars and stuff like that outside of superheroes and comic books was these characters. And that's generational. Our aunts, uncles, grandparents, there's several generations through these characters, and we got to see some of the best iterations of these characters. Playing with Michael Jordan, LeBron James, working with Brendan Fraser and stuff like that. And like I said, to see that little scene with different, characters like Droopy and Matthew Lillard, because we just said Scooby-Doo, we love those, the Scooby-Doo, the Hanna-Barbera projects
Ayo, James Gunn, I know you want to do a Scooby-Doo 3. I know everybody's down for it. Let's.
I don't think he wants to. I think he says some things should be better left alone. But Matthew Lillard wants it. But I would love to do it.
It won't. You won't. I promise you won't fuck it up. And
we're not asking for much. Just a red-haired Wally West.
We know you can do it, James.
That's it.
Have faith, because you know that shit gonna be a slap. You ain't missed out here in these streets. You haven't missed out here in these streets.
Not at all.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared to do the damn thing. We're gonna love it.
That's a fact. That is a fact. And that's the dynasty stands on that. Well, bam. You ain't see it, but we just fist bumped.
Stand on that business. And I stand on that. I guarantee it.
Kate is kidnapped by a beaky buzzard.
That's right. That the fucking vulture head ass.
And Smith, Mr. Chairman's bodyguard. Smith is played by Goldberg.
Yep.
Who is one of the best wrestlers of all fucking time. And like I said, even if you don't watch wrestling now, you know who. If you got out of wrestling,
you know who Goldberg is.
Come on, son. Come on. Bill Goldberg was and is still the man. That's
when MJ makes a cameo too.
Yep.
Because he starts trying to, and he's like, I did it with the hat. I did it. I practiced without the hat, and now the hat is getting in the way. Here, hold this.
The hits, y'all. Deep stuff. That's right. Unfiltered. Pass the wine, brother. So yeah, DJ rescues Kate while Elmer disintegrates in a tiny dust after emerging into a pointillist painting.
Yep.
And like I said, it was just for me, a kid who was a bookworm but also loved going to the museum and looking at art. Just for the animators to have fun. Right. With that and so many art styles.
Oh God, you know that scene fucking sucked.
They'll work on that, but the finished product
was great.
But
you know that scene fucking sucked. You know that had to take 4 months in and of itself.
Dude, and like I said, the frames, the voice acting, I just wish, like I said, they had different competition. Not different, but they had, like I said, so many movies coming out.
They really did. They went up against a lot.
So the group goes to Africa.
Yes.
And they meet Granny, Sylvester, and Tweety, who,
or
to be
reconnect
fair,
with, because that's right. They're DJ's neighbors.
Yeah, and to be fair, you're always going to see those three together. They're always going to be intertwined. So you're not going to see Tweety without Sylvester or Granny.
Yeah. So Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries is on HBO Max.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm saying another episode we can do detective noir mystery shit.
Okay.
All right, bet. We'll figure some other stuff out, so we do one animation, and but I figured, because that makes sense. Tom and Jerry, I mean, Tom and Jerry were detectives. They were Sherlock Holmes and something. But I'm like, you don't see a lot.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
You don't see a lot with Sylvester and Tweet. But yeah, if you're ever gonna watch Tweety media, it's usually centered around how Sylvester's trying to fuck around and eat Tweety, and Granny is always. And Granny's no slouch. Granny
do shit.
Granny is out here. She plays ball. She knows karate.
Canonically, she was a spy in some war, like a secret spy.
Yeah, like they're like, if you watch some of the older Looney Tunes stuff,
the Looney Tunes show, specifically,
they're like
one of the best Looney Tunes reboots because it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like we're gonna probably have to sit down and
I'm about to honestly start watching that because that shit is so
so
funny.
Like I said, next week we're doing Warner Brothers properties. And Looney Tunes is going to be one of them.
Because they had a lot of shit. They had a lot of shit we could segue off of.
Yeah, so like I said, next episode, Warner Brothers properties. That's it. That is it. We're talking shows, movies, maybe even music. Because a lot of people forget, a lot of soundtracks
Merry Melodies
were hand in hand with the films. They were crucial to that. And like I said, like you said, Merry Melodies for all the way to the beginning. Even to like ones with like little shorts that didn't involve the main Looney Tunes. I love the singer about the Luna and the Juna and the Springer,
which makes a brief cameo in this movie as well.
Right. And like I said, it worked for the most part. Like I said, there are many things about it that worked. And some things that they could have built upon.
Right.
Especially because the spy aspect works.
It does. It works. And great.
And I would love to see. And I get it's Daffy trying to get his job back and Kate trying to get his job back, but I'd love to see Brendan Fraser do more stunt stuff because he did. He did a lot of stunt stuff, and
he definitely did.
Like I said, like I said, it could have. It was good for me. I just wish they could have built upon a few more things. I wish we could have had some more action sequences in other places with more characters.
True.
Because there are so many more characters. Like we could have had more time with Porky.
Right. They did him dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
But Porky, it was funny. It was funny.
But Porky got shit on.
He said, "Go home, folks. I'm tired of y'all."
Right.
He said, "Fuck all y'all." Fuck all y'all niggas. Get a grip, motherfucker.
So, yeah, pretty much he was like, fuck it, we'll do it live then. At the end, he was like, I'm done. This is a lot. My boys went through a lot.
Yep.
So, the group travels to Africa. They meet Granny, Sylvester, and Tweety, who escort them to the ruins of a jungle. Which, by the way, at this point in the film, we've gone and done all the wildest things.
Oh, yup.
And mind you, these aren't small Blake. These are not just action set pieces.
Like they in the bit. They in the bit.
Like they're either action set pieces they're traveling, or like I said, the Warner Brothers lot was used a lot. So whether if it was on the lot or it wasn't, a lot of it looks like it wasn't at certain point in times, and I was convinced.
Yeah, honestly, the set pieces were really great.
And they said they would go to the jungle containing the blue monkey.
Welcome to the jungle.
The blue monkey, y'all. That was the whole MacGuffin of the movie, the blue monkey. That was the whole thing. You kind of forget about the blue monkey.
Yeah.
It's never really about the blue monkey.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
Exactly. Oh, I'm so glad because friends were made. Enemies too, but...
True.
Well, yeah, and so Granny and company reveal themselves to be Mr. Chairman, Smith, and Taz in disguise. Which, by the way,
how the fuck was Taz in that?
Because why you put Goldberg in that?
And I don't.
And I'm sorry, the Steve Martin in that wig, boy. He made sure to shake his head.
Yo, he said I went my hair back and forth
every chance he got. Every chance he got. And I was here for it. It was on the reddish hue, and like for for anyone that knows, like I said, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I have a love for stand-up comics that do other things or just are in things like that I like outside of stand-up comedy. So for me to see Steve Martin in this was just funny to me, not only as a kid but as an adult after I started doing stand-up comedy, especially watching this for the episode. So you can tell he just wanted to have fun with this as well. Like you can tell they pretty much told him,
just be essential.
Just do you. Just
yep,
do
pretty
you.
much.
So that, like I said, that was kind of like when now I'm like, damn, I really wish I got to see some more Tweety and Sylvester hijinks.
True. But I don't think they were about to get Sylvester and Treaty Mysteries though. That came after this movie, I'm pretty sure, because that was when this and then Baby Looney Tunes and everything started. That was their resurgence, because this was the start of it.
I think the late 2000s or 2010s
was
when we got the reboot of the Looney Tunes. And when we tell you, like, we were adults at that time, but when we got to see what was going on,
because it was a sitcom. It was pretty much a sitcom.
A sitcom. And it was like all your favorite characters growing up.
And some new ones.
Yes. And you built upon the old ones that you didn't get backstories before upon, and then you got certain dynamics. You're like, okay, I get why and how they would do this and why they associate themselves with this, that, and the third, and how this, and it worked. It was like Modern Family with Looney Tunes. Yeah. That's all Looney, and it's probably, I'm just probably, what's the word, minimalizing it, and I don't mean to, but it's great is what I'm saying.
It's a great show.
It's a great show. So Mr. Chairman teleports. I remind you, he must be rich as hell. Acme.
It's Acme.
But I understand, because I'm like, what products work though?
It don't matter. They probably have a no return policy.
Because I'm like, you're employing dudes who use your products, but they never work, and they keep coming back.
They keep coming back.
And at what point in time? Because at what point in time does Wayne?
And Acme products are fucking expensive.
They are not cheap. That's what we learned in this movie. They run that back.
That's right, because fucking Wiley goes on the computer and starts scanning through, and then you can see
he's shopping.
Millies.
He's shopping,
like,
for weapons, bombs, all that. Like, these things,
missiles,
all that.
launchers.
And I'm no weapons expert, but I don't know what they paying him, but what is it? There's a scene in there which one of my favorite. Taz eats a dude to the skeleton.
Yo, that's right.
And like I said, I don't want to. We don't have all the details here. We've seen the movie, but we want to make sure we save some stuff for y'all to see the details. If you look at their name tags, they're VPs of different things.
Yes.
And they're silly, is what I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. Check them out for yourself. It's funny as all hell. So they get transported back to Acme headquarters, which is a big ass building. Yeah, like it's huge. Huge. It's a Doofenshmirtz type of building.
It literally towers over everything else.
Literally, and it says Acme. And he tricks DJ into giving him the diamond. Mm-hmm. Because he was like, yo, I'll set your dad free for the most part. Like, just give me the diamond. He wasn't going to do it. He's a villain.
Yeah, he was like, all right, fine, here you go. Now let my dad go. Motherfucker, please.
Yep, so Marvin, being a Martian, sent to place the diamond in an Acme Satellite's ray gun.
Yep, and so Daffy and Bugs.
So Mr. Chairman, like I said, his goal is to turn most of the world's population into monkeys, to make his products before reverting the population into people.
Here's the thing,
who will buy them while everyone will be turning into mindless fruits. That right there is just slavery of extra steps.
But here's the thing, though. All of his goons, all of his VP, all of that. He's going to turn everybody into monkeys. The only two that aren't going to be monkeys are him and his boo thing. I'm not working for you. I'm not working for you. I'm not helping you achieve your fucking goal.
Yeah, but here's the thing. My bank account after, when I turn back from a monkey, because I'll quit after I get rich. You feel me? After that quarter?
No. Pay me first so I can sabotage you.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm a Looney Tune from at this point.
Like you got me fucked up. I'm not finna help you turn me into a monkey.
That's
the fuck?
So DJ and Kate rescued Damien from a death trap. And I said the death traps were all the rage.
Yup.
All the rage. Like there was always some type of mechanism that was supposed to slowly kill you. Mm-hmm. Like it was just
they
timed.
Had the giant mechanical version of the dog.
They timed killing devices. Of course, they had that for slaves instead of nooses. Anywho.
Yeesh.
Like slowly, just lasers pointing to crotches, like an Austin Powers type beat.
Ready to slice your ass.
Just slow as hell. So Bugs and Daffy chase Marvin into space. Mm-hmm. And mind you, we've been to Paris, Africa, and Las Vegas, leaving Warner Brothers lot. We go into the Acme building, and now we're headed to freaking space.
Going to space.
Space. Espacio.
The final frontier.
Dang, that's crazy. Marvin puts the beat down on Bugs.
Yep.
And to be fair, you hate to see it, but at the same time,
I mean that's not his.
Love to see it, and
that's Daffy's enemy. That ain't Bugs'
because
enemy.
At the end of the day, Bugs don't be in space. Like
Bugs don't be in space.
He can't if you gonna fight Bugs, put him in space.
Daffy
you get the upper hand.
Be in space.
And Daffy, of course, gets the upper hand because he quickly becomes Duck Dodgers.
Duck Dodgers, but that nigga can't say his name because every time he put a jetpack on, and he'd be like, Duck Dodgers, boom.
Yep.
Duck Dodgers, boom. Duck, boom.
He has more gunshot wounds than all the rappers combined.
He been hit with
everything
and
twice.
Don't walk with a limp. Sometimes he do. He
got his beak knocked backwards.
He could take. I'm pretty sure his beak is prosthetic at this point.
His beak is adamantium and vibranium, blessed with the power of the Lord and Doctor Strange's and H.P. Lovecraftian Eldritch magic.
Mm-hmm.
And some whispers from the Lich from Adventure Time. His beak is strong, is what I'm saying, with a capital K.
Strong.
So this little, and like I said, this was fun because Duck Dodgers was one of the better fan favorite characters.
Oh hell yeah!
Not only of Daffy but of Looney Tunes period, because there are not only characters in Looney Tunes that are just in episodes, but they have their own characters. That have their own spin-off shows and stuff like that. So to see Duck Dodgers come, because Duck Dodgers was in syndication for a while, and
I think that may have also Duck Dodgers was old too. I think.
Yeah, but I'm like saying we were familiar with Duck Dodgers at that point in the movie, so I'm like for those who
knew, because it was the early version of Duck Dodgers and not the new version of Duck Dodgers. So I don't think the show was out yet.
No, I'm saying like Duck Dodgers
but as a character,
as a character was out. So I'm like that Easter egg, because the show came out after that.
Yeah.
Because Porky was in there for that.
He was cadet.
Yep. And I'm like Porky. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, when you're watching the Looney Tunes show, I'm like, of course it makes sense that Porky and Daffy are still have that weird type of fucking friendship. But we're gonna discuss that with Warner Brothers properties next episode with AJ Shine, and by that time we're probably going to be higher and a bit more tipsier, because this is Screen Time Unfiltered with Sean McCarroll and friends, where so we're gonna give you the movie, but we're
gonna do what the fuck we want.
I mean, while we can,
Okay, we ain't gonna wow out, but we're gonna wow out.
We're not gonna trying to get booted off platforms here.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to do that.
But like I said, that ending scene was fun. Duck Dodgers came out. Mr. Chairman transformed into a monkey and got arrested as a monkey.
Yep.
Bugs and Daffy do return to Earth. Where Bugs, pretty much in them, he let them know, like, he staged that. He let him win.
Yeah.
Like, he made sure Daffy got his heroic ending. And Daffy really needed that. Because, like, that's all he wanted was to not, to even, like, the whole time, he was like, yo, I just, for, you know.
I want to be the big dog on campus one time.
Just for the moment. Like, I'm important here, and yes, I do this, but I can do other stuff, too. And that's where people realize, like, that's what gave us the newer version of Duck Dodgers after that.
Yeah.
Like, if it, like, we probably wouldn't have a Looney Tunes reboot if Looney Tunes Back in Action didn't flop and have a cult following after that.
Yeah.
Because those kids grew up and learned how to appreciate that film. And like I said, the plot wasn't the strongest or best, but I'm like, it wasn't about the plot. It was about the spirit.
Experience.
Yeah, the experience and the spirit of the characters in the respect and the homage to Chuck Jones and Mel Blanc in that era of Looney Tunes. Those guys who set the tone and paved the way. And the type of comedy that was there. And you gave us... Like I said, we didn't expect this. There's other movies that came out that, you know, overshadowed that. But like I said, that was a great movie for what it's worth.
It was. I enjoyed watching it again because it's been a minute since I watched it, and I really thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yep. So like I said, Bugs promises Daffy they'll become equals before, you know, Daffy gets flattened by the Looney Tunes rings. Porky tries to do the ending thing. The dad is saved.
They cut the lights off on his ass and shit and everything. They was like, all right, we're done. Production's over.
I think Brendan has a job. He meets the actual Brendan Fraser at the end.
Yep.
Who's definitely
I fired you, didn't I? See, because I fire a lot of people. Bitch!
Yeah, he...
Pow, right in the kisser.
Right in the kisser. And like I said, it was just that time of it worked. I don't know, it was just, like I said, if it came out during the summer of that year, honestly, 2003 was a year for movies, period. Because you really have to think, like, it could have worked. It worked. It wasn't bad.
It just came out at the wrong time.
Other stuff came out, and it slapped. But yeah, Brendan Fraser as DJ Drake. He also voiced Tasmanian Devil and as Tasmanian She-Devil.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Jenna Elfman as Kate Houghton. Steve Martin as Mr. L. Luther J. Chairman.
Luther, wow.
Heather Locklear as Dusty Tails. Joan Cusack as Mother. Timothy Dalton as Damian Drake. Bill Goldberg as Robert Bob Smith. Don Stanton as Mr. Albert Warner. Don Stanton as Mr. Albert Warner's brother. Mary Moranoff as Acme VP Bad Ideas. Mark Lawrence as Acme VP Stating the Obvious. Hold on. Ron Perlman as Acme VP Never Learning.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yes. Robert Picardo as Acme VP Rhetorical Questions.
And they all do their shit, and that's the funniest fucking thing.
They all do their bits. In that scene, Bill McKinney as Acme VP, nitpicking. Vernon Wells as Acme VP, child labor. George Murdoch as Acme VP, unfairly promoted. Leo Rossi as Acme VP, climbing to the top. Archie Hahn as stunt director. Dick Miller as security guard. Roger Corman as Hollywood director. Paula Abdul as herself. Jeff Gordon as himself.
Yeah, that's right.
Matthew Lillard as himself. Kevin McCarthy as Dr. Miles Bennell. Peter Graves as Civil Defense film host. And Michael Jordan as himself from the cameo of archive footage from Space Jam.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Let's say the voice cast, Frank Welker as Scooby-Doo. You had Danny Chambers as Cottontail Smith. Jeff Bennett as Foghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, and Nasty Canasta.
Nasty Canasta.
Jeff Bergman as Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, and Sylvester. Joe Alasky as Beaky Buzzard and Mama Bear. Billy West as Elmer Fudd and Peter Lorre. Eric Goldberg as Marvin Martian, Speedy Gonzalez, and Tweety. Of course, Pepe Le Pew made an appearance voiced by Bruce Lanoli.
That's right.
Porky Pig's Bob Bergen was in there. Shaggy Rogers, played by Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem, that motherfucker, the GOAT.
I've always said Kasem because it just sounds funny to me. I'm sorry, Mr. Kasem. Casey Kasem. Satan. Jackie Morrow as Owl Johnson from the archive recordings. Roadrunner, of course. Mel Blanc as Gremlin Carr. Shout out to Mel Blanc. He did a lot of the voices back in the day.
Yup.
But yeah, it was supposed to be a sequel to Space Jam, which that would have been crazy.
And then they ended up doing one that I probably will never watch.
I fell asleep, and actually, I didn't fall asleep to it. I just chose to never finish it.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, the film was actually going to be a Space Jam type movie, but with Jackie Chan. Yeah, Jackie Chan and the Looney Tunes.
I mean, I guess.
And they were also gonna do, and this is why Jeff Gordon was probably cameoed in there. They was gonna do a film titled Race Jam, starring Jeff Gordon.
Now that would have been interesting.
That would have been crazy.
I would have.
Because one, the toys, the video game.
Oh, the video game would have been fucking lit. The movie would have been fucking lit.
That would have been insane. And the promotion, because he's an actual race car driver.
Mm-hmm. So they would have just put the Looney Tunes
the commercials would have been dope.
Something.
The memes from that.
Oh my god.
Both projects were ultimately canceled. Warner Brothers eventually asked Joe Dante to direct Back in Action. Of course, Joe Dante had done Gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
But in the early 90s, he wanted to produce a biographical comedy called Termite Terrace. And it centered around director, filmmaker, and cartoonist Chuck Jones, its early years at Warner Brothers in the 1930s. But Dante recalled it was a hilarious story, and it was very good, except that Warner Brothers said, looks like an old story. Well, it's an old story. It's got period stuff in it. We don't want that. We want to rebrand our characters, and we want to do Space Jam. Dante agreed to direct Back in Action as a tribute to Jones. He and screenwriter Larry Doyle, shout out to Larry Doyle, reportedly wanted the film to be the anti-Space Jam, as Dante disliked how that film represented the Looney Tunes brand and personalities.
And yeah,
that's interesting, because those if you really go back and watch those two films, those characters act wildly differently.
True, they definitely do.
And Dante said I was making a movie for them with those characters, and they did not want to know about those characters. They didn't want to know why Bugs shouldn't do hip hop. It was a pretty grim experience all around. Damn. But Warner Brothers hired Walt Disney feature animation's Eric Goldberg, most known for his fast-paced Warner Brothers-inspired animation of the Genie in Aladdin, which, okay, cool.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And so Dante said it's a gag fest, not having a particularly strong story. It goes from gag to gag and location to location. But to be fair, that was a lot of Looney Tunes
cartoons to begin with anyway.
And I get you want to tell a story, and that's the story that charm doesn't come from that story. That's what he was trying to say. So that makes sense. But yeah, the box office wasn't the greatest, but it was a classic, and it was a release on this thing called VHS.
Damn, really?
And on March 2nd, 2004. The film was released on DVD in separate widescreen and full screen editions in September 2010. There was the video game. The film has a platform game of the same name, developed by Warthog Games, and
what did it come out on?
Published by EA for PlayStation 2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Xbox, and Microsoft Windows. But they were canceled due to financial failure of the film.
Oh, let's say I don't remember that.
Yeah. But like I said, Looney Tunes back in action. If you're not looking for plot,
and you just want a classic Looney Tunes romp,
and you're just looking for something, or you may be looking for something nostalgic, something to put in the background, something that the family may like, or that your kids may like, or the kid in you may like. That movie, there are so many great things about the film that you can point out, from its respect of the characters and to its creators, to the plot, to the actors, to the tropes. There's, like I said, we might mess around and rewatch it. We actually might, after this, get some wine, repap a bong, and get our Looney Tunes on. That's a bar. That's a bar. Write that down, Siri. Hey Google. But yeah, so hybrid animation films from 1992 to 2003. 3 different decades, 3 different movies. Just
wild between all of them, but you kind of see what paved the way, and then what paved the way. What happens when you give a lot of creative control with a lot of changes, and then kind of the same but with a reboot. It was definitely a nice little nostalgia trip going back through and watching all the movies again and everything, because a lot of them I know Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Looney Tunes I kind of watched back to back because I was like, why not? And then I ended up putting Cool World on in the background because I watched it for the first time again a couple months beforehand, and I remember it's hard to forget about that movie because it
sticks with you, and I don't think that's in the best of ways.
In the best and the worst of ways. Yeah, it's definitely just wild.
It definitely, you're concerned, but you're also impressed.
Right.
During that film, and I said with Roger Rabbit, that right there, it just, if you're not into that, that's cool, but it was really something for the whole family.
It was,
and it was a classic. It was a classic love letter to noir detective films with animation, with love to Disney and Warner Brothers.
Right.
Like, they weren't trying to portray one was better than the other, but that these were things that existed together.
All together, yeah.
Separate from us, and they worked well with each other. Mm-hmm. And like I said, one of my favorite scenes, and it was small but it was fun, and it let us know how much it could work if they did meld together, if we got that more, was that Donald Duck and Daffy Duck scene.
Yep.
2 very different ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Backgrounds and drawn differently and for different reasons, and it worked. And then, like I said, the dichotomy of Bugs and Mickey Mouse,
right?
The 2 mascots of the respective franchises. Like I said, and with Daffy and Donald, you see the similarities. You know,
right? The B-men of each franchise.
You know, like the shit they do to themselves type of comedy.
Yep.
And to where, like, Mickey he's a chaotic neutral.
Yep.
Where Bugs is like a chaotic good.
Yep.
So where Mickey's is more reactive. Mm-hmm. Bugs is more active with his approach into his comedy, and I really enjoyed that. And like I said, it was the 80s, but the scene took place in the 40s.
Right.
And AJ knows I have a thing for older films, those classic films. So, like I said, this season is the first season of the new podcast. I did host You're Welcome with Shaquem Green, and then, you know, Spotify for Podcasters was on to something, and that is no longer anymore. So I decided, with my love of film, that I'll just be discussing movies and television from every genre, era, foreign, domestic, indie, good, bad, heard of, unheard of.
Right.
It's gonna be a great season. Some stuff coming up. We're gonna be discussing some anime, films, some movies that shouldn't have been. Some will be superhero movies. If there are some movies you want us to discuss, let us know.
Right.
But we're open. Like I said, I'll have some of my other friends on here outside of AJ. Like there was Justin Trim. I have another comedian friend by the name of Jay Heathen, who's a very funny dude. Another comedian friend of mine, country boy E Fudge, who's your favorite funny talking cousin. And then we have our favorite fishing comedian, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Comedian Jackson. Comedian Mr. Jackson, excuse me, he's gonna kick my ass. Oh, he's out here. Yeah, Mr. Comedian Jackson is your favorite comedian who looks like Great Value Method Man.
You said it wrong again.
I'm aware.
Ooh.
What's he gonna do? Correct me. But Screen Time Unfiltered with Sean McCurrill and friends, with your friendly neighborhood rapper AJ Shine, who has been sharing some great insights with the films. Who's said he's gonna be a recurring guest. He's gonna be here. He'll be around. We have some stuff going on in the future.
Can I plug?
Of course. Of course.
So if y'all like me, y'all like hearing my voice and whatnot, as we said multiple times, I am your friendly neighborhood rapper. So you can find me on all streaming platforms and everything. Just dropped my newest EP, Emotional Damage, a couple of months ago. So make sure y'all go peep that. I'm on most of the socials. Been trying to do my social game, social thing. You know what I mean? You can find me on Facebook at Shine Dynasty 1. YouTube at Shine_Dynasty and Instagram at Shine Dynasty. So go follow me, go find me and everything and whatnot. At the time of recording, I'm in the middle of trying to do America's Next Best Hit Maker. I heard it's kind of pay to win, but we have made it. We have made it the first 2 cuts. So go vote for me. Them links is on my pages and whatnot. That's all I kind of been posting about lately. The most I've been posting. So, but yeah, I'm done chilling. That's my plug-in. I'm doing shit, creating shit, working on shit, trying to branch out into the more social vibe and everything. But I be kind of hermit with my shit. Y'all find out when I do shit. When I drop shit, I'll drop shit. Y'all know. I be leaving y'all. In the dust. Not in the dust, but like on the hush when I be working on shit. But when shit finish, y'all know. When I got mind control over Debo. When you say shut up, I be quiet. When you leave, I be talking again.
Boom. Friday, 1990 something.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. I just wanted to quote that because that shit funny. But yeah.
So this is a film, television centered podcast. And so right now, this season, we're mainly gonna focus on movies. Next season, we'll do television shows. So right now, the goal is we're doing movies because we're catching up on some television shows right now, and there's some stuff hot right now. The House of Dragons season 2 I'm on. I have to catch up on Genevieve so I can watch The Boys season 4. AJ has to watch season 3 and 4 of The Boys.
I'm behind on a lot, and
so
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It's gonna take me a while before.
So on one episode, if I say spoiler alert, it's mainly for AJ and not for you guys, because
I just if you do watch it before me, that just won't be on the episode.
I just want to spoil stuff for you sometimes.
No, it's not nice because I'll be going into shit blind, completely blind.
It is true. AJ goes into a lot of stuff blind, but also AJ be asking for certain things that be spoilers, and I be letting him know they might be spoilers, but he be wanting to know about some stuff because I know he won't ever get to them. So
sometimes, but like when it comes to like when it comes to Marvel shit and shit like that, I like to go in completely blind. When it comes to certain games and whatnot, I like to go completely blind.
So what I do is I'll discuss movies that we don't like. that's not in his range of taste or whatever. And so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna discuss this. So he'll get a chance to ask questions, and I can actually, just talk about a movie and just nerd out and just put the homie on. So sometimes he'll put me on to something, and then I'll put him on to something. So there might be episodes like that. Because you don't watch everything, and you won't get a chance to. So sometimes it's nice to be put on to something, and to, to find something that you may or may not like. Because someone could be watching something that you watch, or that you've watched, and have a different perspective or outlook.
True.
And, you may find yourself liking something that you may have never liked before.
True.
So, like I said, next episode, we're going to be discussing some Warner Brothers properties. One of them will be Looney Tunes. The other ones will be a surprise. So why don't you check it out? I will be updating the status of every episode and bonus episodes and clips on my Instagram, comedian_Sha, SHA. You can also catch me on Facebook, Sha Mercurial, MERCURIAL. And speaking of Sha Mercurial, I will be dropping some new music at the time of recording, July 21st, 2024. Instrumental track off my new beat tape, Black Elevator Music Volume 2, is a little track called In Regards to the Party Upstairs. It's definitely something, a new sound I was working on. I wanted something a bit more popish, a bit more fun, a party vibe. Mm-hmm. I don't go out and do parties as much, but I wanted to do something a bit more upbeat and something.
Don't have a good party now.
Right, and I wanted to have a slight pop and rock influence, and I hope you guys check it out. So check that out. That'll be on all streaming platforms. I have a few shows coming up. I'll be in Liverpool July 21st at Stout Bear Brewery for the Out of Character comedy show. And I'll be in Moravia for the Sentient Nude Fest. Or Sentient Fest Nude Retreat in Moravia, New York from August 2nd to the 4th. And then I will be at the Syracuse Funny Bones September 29th for their Clash of Comics. But catch me at more shows in between. Like I said, I'll be updating and posting things on my Instagram, comedian_Sha. I'll be dropping new music. I stream about once a week, whether right now we're playing Multiverses. I'm also playing Star Wars The Old Republic, because that's fun. And I said I'll be probably dropping a bonus episode on Monday talking about Star Wars, The Acolyte, and some other shows me and AJ have been watching thus far, because there's some stuff that has been coming out that has been decent.
I ain't been watching nothing that's been coming out.
Well, screw it. Emmy season is up. It's coming up, and there's just been a lot of. I don't know what AJ's gonna do. I'm gonna tell AJ about all the stuff I've been watching, and I'm gonna put him on. Because
you will never put me on anything Game of Thrones related. I do not care.
Oh, it's not just Game of Thrones. I mean, you may have to watch them, but it'd be nice to just, run that by you. And besides, you're missing a lot. You're not going to find too many things where you can find dragons fight each other and get head in a brothel all at once. So all I'm saying, right? What a time to be alive.
Game of Thrones never really
Hashtag Team Black, son. Hashtag Team Black.
We made it to a whole spinoff, and I still have never seen the episode. Probably never will.
This spinoff got black ones, black people in it. I should have referred to them as black ones. That's wild, crazy. But yes, I'll be doing more shows in between. I'll be at open mics. I got shows coming up. I have a little project in the works with another comedian. It's a comedy series. More on that as the season progresses, but this has been Screen Time Unfiltered with Sha Mercurial and friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good day.